Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to another Beat, Matt, Batrep.
MiniWarGaming's Beat, Matt, Batrep.
I got Patrick here all the way from Ohio from Battlegrounds Game Center. We can check him out at the link below. You help run a gaming store, or you're the social media.
So I do all the content
store?
creation for our store, Facebook, YouTube, all that. So
awesome, and you have a YouTube channel too.
Yes, Battlegrounds Game Center.
Battlegrounds. What's the ad? Is it?
It's at Battlegrounds Game Center.
Awesome. I'll try to remember to put a link below. But if you don't see that, somebody put it in the comments and then I'll put it in. But honestly, we'll just put it in right after I finish this video. Now we're gonna be playing a narrative game of Warhammer 40K, but we're gonna flip the script a little bit. I'm not playing Tyranids, Patrick is.
Yes, we.
He brought his Vanguard Tyranid to play a narrative game. We're gonna continue the story of Drakenfell because I like to stay on theme for this entire season of Beat Map Batrep. So we're gonna go beneath Drakenfell and deal with a destroyer cult that is infected a little bit with the Flayer Virus. So we got two viruses infecting these Necrons, and this Vanguard Tyranids have to deal with the fact that they're just rampaging through all their food.
Right, yeah, they're just mad they can't even eat them. So,
exactly, there's that too. Except they've got some skin on them now.
Yeah,
They harvest the skin, they're like, that's our food, not yours. So we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna take a look at the armies. We're gonna take a look at the battleground and start playing. We are beneath Drakenfell. The destroyer cult and the Flayer Virus is running amok. Currently, their mission is to dismantle some of the AdMech equipment. For some reason, it is interfering with the, well, let's just say with the plans of what the Flayer Virus is trying to accomplish. I won't say too much because it'll be spoilers for the Deathwatch narrative campaign. And so they are running through and trying to destroy them. So I have 4 objectives on the table. 1, 2, and then over there, and 1 up here. And basically I do an action on them to destroy it, and I get 20 points for every one that I destroy. The Tyranids are not concerned with that. They're concerned with destroying a thing that's destroying their food, and even reclaiming some of that food because the flayed ones are wearing biomass. And so he will get 20 or 15 victory points for every enemy unit he destroys. At the end of 5 turns, whoever has the most victory points is the winner. And we'll also look at narrative elements as to like secondaries as who is the winner as well. For example, I could see that if your Lictors and Death Leapers took out my 2 characters, that would be a bit of a secondary victory as well.
Awesome. Which
all plays into the long-standing narrative that I am trying to accomplish. I've got an Annihilation cult with lots of destroyers, a Scorpek Lord and a Locust Lord. You've got Vanguard with Leapers, Lictors, Death Leaper, a Biovore who just happened to run along. Hey guys, wait for me! And a singular Moloch, who is not underground.
Nope.
He's above, tunneling his way down.
He's waiting to drop down and just blow everything up.
You hear, bam! As a Moloch lands on one of my units and does a bunch of mortal wounds. And I've got flayed ones on this other side who have infiltrated all the way over here. And so, but other than that, everything's on the table except for the Moloch and the future spore mines as they get seeded around.
Wargamers, I have something exciting to tell you. We have a sponsor, which is Wayland Games. They are sponsoring this battle report. Now, the cool thing about that isn't the fact that they offer worldwide shipping, or they have massive stock quantities, or it's like you can get anything you can possibly imagine in their store because they have thousands of products. It's the fact that they're doing push-ups. Like, look at this. Like, isn't that nuts? They're trying to discover how many they can do and who can do the most on their team. And it's perfect because we are just moving. The timing couldn't be better. We had this miniature designed by Titan Forge, and it's designed to go on your hobby shelf and remind you to just move. Now available in the MiniWarGaming Forge. By getting this mini, you're making a commitment to yourself that you will just move more, do more, be more active. This one, only get if you want to make a commitment to yourself to move more. Otherwise, get Ravage Star, because Wayland Games is carrying Ravage Star in the UK, and that's also another fantastic news piece. Now, back to the battle report.
Gonna roll off to see who goes first. We got Patrick with a 4 and me with a 2. So it is Tyranid's turn 1.
Ooh.
Just as Patrick figures out what he's going to do, one extra rule that we're doing is that in your own command phase, you generate 1 additional command point. Because we don't do match play very often, there's not really any way, except for the Lictors and Death Leapers, to generate more. But that doesn't count towards your limit of generating more command points. So you can still generate another one by killing a character.
Absolutely.
With a Lictor or a Death Leaper.
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna try, of course.
We'll see.
So right into your movement phase after your, because your command phase had nothing to do, right?
Correct. I had nothing to do with my command phase.
So you are Vanguard, which means you can advance and charge. So why don't you go ahead and start moving?
So
you already rolled advances on some of them.
I already rolled a 5 on this unit here, they normally move 10, so they're moving 15.
Yeah, so they're leaping towards me. Going right after the flayed ones.
Yes.
Close combat unit versus close combat unit. Although I have a funny feeling yours will do better in this case.
I have 6 attacks each, hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Strength 6 if they're in synapse. Death Leaper is pretty good.
Death Leaper's going to join in.
Yeah.
He's not going after the characters. Coming to the back lines. He's changes his mind.
Yeah, he's got to change his mind. He's actually.
I think you're. No, I don't want to bait you into a wrong choice, but I have a funny feeling your leapers will be able to do the trick.
Yeah, because I think these
secure the
leapers
back
might
line.
actually go back towards the other ones. So I'll
see.
move the Death. We're going to advance.
More of the leapers have moved into the flayed ones on this side. The Death Leaper heading this way. Leapers here closing the gap to destroyers everywhere. Lictor and Neurolictor advancing towards them as well. Although pretty bad advanced rolls, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to get my Neurolictor in the Synapse, which kind of stinks.
It goes from strength 5 to 6 for them?
Yeah.
That's a big deal, because I'm toughness 6.
Yeah.
So that actually makes a difference. And then on this side, we have the Lictor and a Neurolictor coming this way, not providing Synapse support to your backline Leapers. Very brave. Very confident.
Very dumb.
Very demure.
So I am going to spend one of my CP for Seated Broods, so I can bring in a reserve unit 1 turn earlier than I normally would be able to, so turn 1. So that means Malloc is dropping in. Yep.
Where's he going to pop in?
So Malloc's going to drop out here, outside of 9 inches. Make sure, but within 12, that's important, of both of these units. Because when I do drop in, I get to roll a d6. On a 2 to 4, you'll take D3 mortal wounds. On a 5 to 6, you'll just take 3 straight mortal wounds.
Is that like every unit within 12 inches?
Every unit within 12 inches.
Okay, let's start with this one right here.
So this one right
2
here.
plus is what you're looking for. Nope. Okay, good start.
That's about right. All right.
And the other flayed
And the other
ones.
2.
So
right.
D3 mortal wounds.
D3.
There's only 1 wound each, so whatever you roll is how many die. 1 it is!
Yeah.
I'll take
Worked out so well.
the closest one, just in case you roll double 1 for your charge.
So I'm going to go ahead and shoot my Spore Mine Launcher into this big unit back here. There's 10 of them, so I will get +2 to my blast shots. So it's going to be...
A D3 plus 2 shots?
Yep.
So 3 shots.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 4s to hit.
Yep, 4s to hit. There's
Got
2.
2 hits and 3s to wound.
And there's a...
2 wounds, because that is a 6, right?
Yep, 6.
So the 6 was a dev wound, so that'll kill 1, but I get a 4-up save against the other one, -1 and cover. So you kill 1 of them. Cool. Well, let's take the closest one, because you can't fail a charge there, but that's fine. Charge phase, charging with the Leapers into the flayed ones. They go 5 inches. I think they make it. Look at them leap into action. Pun intended.
As they pull each other with them because, you know.
It's a barrel of monkeys.
Yeah.
I believe for this one, you just don't want to roll a double 1. Maybe a 3 will fail, but just don't roll it and we won't have to check.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. A 3.
So we got to check.
Let's check it.
So
And unfortunately, they are at a 3.
Yep.
So do you want to re-roll that, or do you want
I
to
will
hold?
re-roll
Because
that
they do
one.
have fights first, so even if I charge, they still get to swing at me first. So do you want to spend your second command point on that?
I will, actually.
Okay. Well, then most likely you'll get the charge in.
Yep.
Because charges like that. Go ahead and roll it right here.
Okay,
6.
There we go.
And in they go. Yeah, they're all fights first anyway, so unless I'm doing an interrupt, which I only have 1 command point, so I won't be able to.
Yep.
You will get to swing first. And then over here, we got pretty much anything but a double 1, and you don't get rerolls anymore. You made it! 9-inch charge.
Yeah, you bring them with them.
Just drag them along. It's a 9-inch charge. They can wrap all the way around. There we are. Look at that scary sight. I don't know who it's scary for, though. We'll find out. And then we have the Lictor over here who's going for a long bomb 11-inch charge against my Lord and his destroyers. Can you make it? Oh yeah, nowhere near.
Awesome.
First fight will be the Leapers against the flayed ones.
Yep.
Here's the first half of their attacks, hitting on 3s. 3s to wound. So 10 so far, 5-up saves. So 1, 2, 3, 4 die out of the 9 remaining, so there's 5 left. Second half, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. Okay, I might survive. Got 5 guys left, 5 saves, 5-up saves. 5, 5, and how many 5s? Oh,
Ooh.
So 2 more die, so I got 3 remaining. So 3 of them are remaining. And we can go to this fight and do maybe the same thing as they pile in.
All right.
Here's the first half again, hitting on 3s. 3s to wound.
That's all I gotta do.
5-up saves. Oh golly. Oh no, that's 4 of them die.
This for you, right?
Second half, 3s to hit. 3s to wound. So I got 5 guys left with 5 up saves again. 2 guys remaining. Down to 2 little flayed ones. And lastly, this fight into the Scorpex, I am going to pop a strat, a Mask of Death, I believe it's called, which gives you -1 to hit me. The 4s to hit. You're not in synapse, so 5s to wound. Not bad, still 5 of them. With -1 AP, I get a 4-up save. Okay, you almost kill 1. And here's the other half hitting on 4s.
Oof.
5-up saves. Or 5 to wound, I should say. Only 1.
Just 1.
If I fail this 4-up, you kill 1. Oh, I failed that 4-up. That's actually not a humongous deal, but it's a big deal. It's a lot less attacks coming back your way. Time for me to strike back. Let's start over here. These 3 flayed ones into your leapers. They're going to be hitting on 3s, sustained. Ugh. 5s to wound. Twin linked. I said twin linked. Oh, that was a 6.
5.
So you're up to a 5-up as well. Oh, that actually kills 1 because they are 3 wounds apiece. They are tanky. And then 2 flayed ones into the other unit. Hitting on 3, sustained. Okay. Wounding on 5s, twin linked. Come on.
There.
Oh, we got 3 again.
5.
3 5-up saves. Oh, only 1 wound. One of them's down to 2 wounds. Not very effective. And then my 2 remaining Scorpex will fight your Leapers. I'm going to use my Plasma Sight, which has, it's a once per game, I gain devastating wounds. So 3s to hit. Oh, they all hit. Strength 7, so 3s to wound, devastating. No devastating. 5 wounds though. 6-up saves, so that kills 2 of them because they're 2 damage a pop.
Okay.
So 2 of them die. So that's still doing pretty well for the Leapers. At the end of the turn, you had a nice devastating first turn charge, which was probably very important because if I went first, it might have been a devastating volley of fire. Although charging you, you still get to strike at me first, which is nice. For you, that is. I think these flayed ones are done, even though I'm going to be bringing some of them back. I have a funny feeling they're going to get overrun because you fight first, which is a problem. But that's okay. As long as I can push through with my destroyers, I might be able to not lose too many units and maybe destroy 2 of the objectives and draw out a victory that way. Let's find out. My command phase will go straight to Battle Shock, and at the end of it, I'll do my reanimation. So flayed ones here on a 7+ are, yes, they are Battle Shock, so falling back is not really a good option. This one, not Battle Shock. And then they both reanimate. D3, so 3 of them, and D3, 2 of them. Flayed one standing back up, but you should have the hitting power to wipe them out if they stay in combat. And reanimate one of these destroyers, he'll have 2 wounds remaining. Pops back up, like daisies! Into my movement phase, here is the before of all of my destroyers, including these Scorpec ones over here. Here's the after. Destroyers moving forward to get into 12-inch range of your lone operators, or operatives. 2 destroyers in the back, we're not able to close that. Scorpec destroyers coming forward, getting ready to charge your Neurolictor here. The heavy destroyer had to advance because it was not in range to shoot anything. And both units of flayed ones did fall back, which means I've got to roll to see if these 6 flayed ones get torn down by the Leapers, because they are Battle Shock, so 1s and 2s, they die. So half of them die, but that still means that he'll have to deal with them on his turn, and not just finish them off in my turn. Into the shooting phase, the... Oh wait, I've got more than 1 unit here. Let me figure out which one's which. Figured it out, 3 grays are one, 3 blacks are another. So we'll start with the grays. No, the blacks, they're further back. So only 2 of them are in range to fire at the Lictor.
Oh,
so we got 3s to hit, 4s to hit with stealth, with lethal. Oh, look at those 3 3s. 5s to wound. Nothing. Ooh. Now we'll do the other squad, which only has 2 of them as well. 4s to hit, lethal. Well, that's better. 5s to wound. So 2 wounds. 6-up save against those 2. They both go through 2 damage a pop. Brings them down to 2 wounds. Now I will fire the Destroyer's squad at that Lictor and try to finish it off. So there's 3 of them firing. I'm forgetting to re-roll 1s because it's the closest eligible target. So these ones will be hitting on 4s, but because the Lord is with them, 5s and 6s are lethal. Re-rolling 1s. You roll a 1. Already got 4 lethal, 5's to wound. It's an extra wound. You got to make 5 6-up saves. He's dead. What a surprise. Should have started with that. And he's dead. And now my heavy destroyer is going to use his his strength 14, 6 damage weapon, which actually won't even kill you, and attack the Neurolictor. Got to hit him on a 4 though. It's lethal though. Hey, we got a hit. Strength 14. I brought this for your Moloch. Well, I didn't know you bring the Moloch, but I brought it for monsters. 2's to wound. Hey, there we are. It's -4, but you got a 4-up invuln. You take 6 damage.
Somehow not dead.
He's got 1 wound left. Yeah. Bam! Just, ow! That would hurt pretty badly. So all of my shooting killed a Lictor and almost killed a Neurolictor. Let's try for some charges. Now, built into the Annihilation detachment, I get to reroll charges. And if you're below half strength, like the Neurolictor, I get to reroll, then I get +1 to the charge as well.
Don't roll a what?
Start with the Scorpec Lord. He needs a 7-inch charge to get to your Neurolictor. And I get a reroll. Didn't need it, 8 inches. Yikes for your Neurolictor. The Necron Lord and his destroyers are going to try to finish off this Neurolictor in close combat. Now, I do get +1 a charge because you're below half strength. So, 12-inch charge. Break out the measuring tape. Look at that beautiful orchestra of death. So we got 2 fights going on. Everybody has fights first. I have it from charging. You have it built into all your Lictors and Neurolictors. So the question is, who is going to fight first? You get to choose because it is your turn. The almost dead Neurolictor or the almost dead Neurolictor?
Probably the more dead Neurolictor.
All right, see what he can do.
Yeah.
Neurolictor swings, hitting on 2s with his claws and talons, 5 hits. 3's to wound because he gives himself +1 strength. 4 of them. Even though they're precision, you're going to put them on the regular dudes, so 5-up saves. You killed 1. That's a few less attacks. And then I will choose who fights next. So I will fight with the Scorpec Lord and his destroyers. Did forget that the Lord there does mortal wounds on the charge. On a 2+, it's D3. On a 6, it's D3 +3. So D3 mortal wounds. So you're going to start off with 3 less wounds, bringing you down to 4. I'm going to start with his destroyer buddies. He gives them lethal. They hit on 3s, but because they charge, they reroll hits. Or reroll. Strength 7, so 3s.
It'll be 3s, yep.
Yeah, 3s to wound. Okay, so we got 5 more. That's 8 wounds in total. 8 4-up saves, fail 2 of these, and you're dead. Wow, you took that to heart. Like, I'll take your failed 2 and raise you 5 more. All right, get rid of that scumbag. Get lost. I'm going to stay on the objective. I'm not going to pile in or consolidate to your Lictor. And then we're going to try to finish off your 1 wound Lictor over here. We've got a Lord's Blade on the Locust Lord. He's going to hit on 2s, re-rolling because you're below half strength, because I'm a crazy. Re-rolling. We did it. Strength 8, devastating wounds, so we're just looking for a 6 to finish you off. But it's 3s to wound. Re-rolling. Wow. Okay, no devastating. So if you make 3 4-up invulns, then I'll have to swing at you with my paltry little tiny arms of the other destroyers. Can you do it? Nope. Oh, okay. Get rid of that Neurolictor. We forgot this fight first, so you get to fight first here because you have fight first. But you'd still get to fight first even if you didn't have fight first because it's my turn. And since neither of them would fight first normally, you get to determine who fights first.
So you're saying I get to fight first?
You do.
Cool.
Here's some of the attacks, hitting on 3s. Looking for 5s to wound. Actually managed to get 8 wounds through, so 5-up saves on all of those. I did pretty well.
Ooh.
So you finish off the one and you wound the next one. I actually rolled really well for that. Only losing 1 guy there.
So
end of the fight phase.
I'm going to spend 1 CP and my Malok goes underground.
Hey, get back here.
Come
so
back
you can
out
pop
later.
back up and do another mortal wound.
Yep.
Singular. We actually forgot to do my fight back. That's kind of important.
No plasma.
Hitting them on 3s. 3s to wound. We got 4. 6-up saves. So I kill another 2 leapers. Ooh.
You kill 1. They're 3 wounds each.
Yeah, they're 2 damage.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't overflow, but yeah, it's 2 damage a pop.
2 dead.
Command phase is simple. You get 2 command points. I get 1 because remember we're getting an extra command point in our command phases.
Absolutely.
Movement, Death Leaper just popping right in there. That's a scary sight. Once again, don't know for who. Death Leaper versus a Scorpek Lord. That is a fight for the ages. And the Lictor will just come in nice and close as well. There they are. That's going to be fun. Leapers chasing down the flayed ones. Getting ready to finish them off, which they should be able to do. And at the end of your movement phase, popping back up from the ground, the Moloch burrowed down and then reemerges here and will possibly do mortal wounds to my destroyers. On a 2+, you do mortal wounds? You do, when you got high enough to do 3.
That's 3.
That just straight up kills one of the destroyers.
Good job, Matlock.
Shooting phase? What are you doing?
Fireball shooting a spore right onto the objective.
So he's going to do an action rather than shooting and seed a spore mine. Before you do anything else, I'm afraid of your Moloch charge. So I am going to use my once per game reanimation orb, or resurrection orb, which lets me reanimate D6 wounds. And I will reanimate, 5 wounds. Oh, and they pop back up. That's nasty. So now you can try for your 9-inch charge. Which you failed. Did you want to reroll that? You got 2 command points. Every other charge is going to be automatic.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reroll this one.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying
I will because
facts.
I don't need it for anything else. So.
Okay, go ahead. 9-inch charge. Oh, it improved.
Nope.
Everything else can't fail their charges, so they're just going to move on in. Locking in with the flayed ones to kill them. And moving in to the Scorpek Lord and his destroyers. I do have enough command points to interrupt, so Patrick has to think about that. So you're going to start with the Death Leaper, right?
Yes.
He's got his 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. 2 1s. 3s to wound. 3 of them. That's your choice with precision. Do you want to put those on the destroyers who will have a 5-up save against it? Or do you want to put it on the Locust Lord, or Scorpek Lord, who will have a 4-up involved?
We will go after the Lord, I think.
All right, hopefully you can't kill him with these because he's got too many wounds. But you're hoping to soften him up for the Lictor. So we got 4-up saves. Hey, you do soften him up, that's 4 damage. I am going to spend 2 command points to interrupt and have the Scorpek destroyers go next. With their Lord, of course. Quite angry at the Death Leaper. So he's going to command everybody who can to kill it. So we'll have 3 of them. So the Lord and 2 of his destroyers against the Death Leaper, and then 1 destroyer against your Lictor. And we'll use their once per game Plasmacite to give them devastating wounds. So the 1 destroyer against the Lictor, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, only 2 hits. 3s to wound, 1 wound. 6-up save, because these guys don't have invulns. Which is weird. 2 damage. Actually forgot that I had lethal and devastating there, so I'm not sure if that mattered. We'll move on. The Lord directs his destroyers to attack first so that he can have the honor of the killing blow. I'm assuming that at least. 3s to hit. Gonna remember lethal this time, re-rolling 1s. 3s to wound, devastating. No devastating. 5 4-up invulns. He's got this. Oh, he's not got this. Oh wait, no, he's still alive with 1 wound.
He's got 1 wound.
1 wound left. He's going to pull out his Hyperphase Harvester, the Strength 10 weapon, not his Flensing Claw. Hits you on 2s. Got 3 hits. Strength 10, 3s to wound. 1 wound! Can he make a 4-up invuln?
I have a CP, I think, to reroll this.
Of course. Oh, CP reroll?
CP reroll.
CP reroll!
Yeah!
Oh, he survives! Oh.
Thank you, Death Leaper.
You're all fights first everywhere, so decisions here don't matter too much. So let's start with the Lictor.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. Whoa, that's way off the table.
Shrink 7.
3s to wound. Okay. 3 of them. All to the Lord, so I gotta make 2 4-up invuln saves to stay alive. Oh, it gets through! He kills the Scorpek Lord! That's pretty huge. That's a unit kill as well, so that's 15 victory points for you. Then we got 2 leapers into these Scorpek destroyers. Hitting on 3s. 5s to wound. 1 wound. Could finish one off if I don't roll a 5+. I rolled 5+.
Well.
I don't think that the flayed ones will survive, but I'm still not going to pull them. We'll see if the dice grant me any solace here. First half into the 4 flayed ones, hitting on 3s. 3s to wound. It's a little better, kind of, maybe. 7 5-up saves. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's exactly all of them with only half your attacks. That's why I said you're going to kill them. And then we'll go over here.
Okay.
3s to hit them. Here's the first 3 out of 5 guys.
Okay.
3s to wound. 10 5-up saves. You killed them. You've wiped out 3 units, so that's 45 victory points for you. So now I have to actually destroy 3 objectives. My 2 Scorpek destroyers will fight back against your leapers. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Got 4 of them. 6-up saves, make at least one of these. Nope, they're both dead. Wipe out these leapers.
Yep.
That is your turn. You've actually done quite well, killing 3 units. So with all those victory points, I'm going to have to destroy 3 objectives. I'm pretty hard to kill, especially because guys are going to keep coming back. And now that your Moloch is stuck on the table, then I might be able to kill him this turn. That's what I'm going to try for at least. No battle shock, so straight to reanimations, unless you were going to Shadow on the Warp this turn.
That is a choice. I might wait until you're actually on objectives, I think.
Okay. So then I'll start with these Scorpex to get D3 back. So just 1 wound. And then this guy regains his last wound. And that's the only ones that I have because everything else has just been wiped out. We're going to fall back these Scorpek destroyers and move up all the regular destroyers so that we can do some shooting. The Scorpex fell back from this combat. The destroyers are moving up to engage these lone operatives, while as the other larger Scorpex are pointing their guns towards the Moloch, and the Lord and his destroyers move towards it as well, and advancing the Scorpek destroyers that you weren't able to kill. It came near the Spore Mines. On a 2+, it does a mortal wound to me. On a 6, D3. Or you can roll a 1, and it just like goes poof, just poofs away.
That sounds about right.
We're going to start in the shooting phase with these 3 destroyers. They're going to fire up at the Moloch. So I'm going to be hitting on 3s, but because you're on an objective, I re-roll hit rolls, which is important because he means I lethal on 5s, which is really what I'm looking for because I'm only strength 5. So we got 5s to hit, or sorry, 3s to hit, but I'm going to re-roll everything that's not a 5. Re-roll. Hey, that worked. 6s to wound for these 2. No. You're my closest target, and Destroyer Cult, that means I get an extra AP. So AP 3, 6-up saves. You make 1 of them and take 8 wounds in total. With 6 wounds left, that's a tasty treat for my heavy destroyer who does 6 damage. I'm going to fire at it, and it is the nearest eligible, so that means I'll be AP 5.
This goes right through.
Yeah, I think the AP 4 was enough to get through anyways, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'd have cover. So it'll be AP 5. Patrick's having a hard time over here. There's a strat for the Vanguard invaders that says that basically can make it that once I target somebody that I can't fire for more than 18 inches. I could redirect, but I have no other targets. And he wants to use it in the Moloch, but if you use it on something that has a lone operative, it makes it 6 inches instead of 18. And he's thinking about saving these guys from the mass amounts of destroyers you're about to fire at them.
This is a hard choice.
But you can only get to do 1.
I only get to do 1.
So who are you saving?
I'm going to let you gamble on the Moloch, and I'll save it for the Leaper, I think.
Okay. I'm going to spend a command point on a stratagem. It gives me +1 to hit, and if you're below half strength, which you are, it gives me +1 to wound. I'm already hitting on 2s, but it'll let me wound on 2s as well. One-shot weapons, gotta love them. 2s to hit. We got our hit. 2s to wound. Oh, the strat mattered.
It wasn't almost a 1, too.
AP 5, 6 damage. He doesn't have Deadly Demise though, right?
He does not, no.
Yeah, he should, but all right, get rid of him. Over to this side, we have the squad of 3 destroyers here. Only the 2 front ones are in range, and only one of them is in range of the Death Leaper. So I am going to actually, I'll put one of them onto the Death Leaper, one onto the Lictor. Did you want to pop the strap
I will
for the
pop
Death
it
Leaper?
for the Leaper, yeah.
All right, then I will redirect the other one into your Lictor. We've got Stealth, so 4s to hit, but lethal. And looking for 5s to wound. You probably will survive this. Yeah, you're definitely gonna survive this. It's an extra AP, but that actually does matter. Yeah, you don't have a save. You just take 2 damage.
Oh, it's because okay.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna command point and re-roll one of those wound rolls. Because I forgot you won't get a save. Because it's the -3. No, didn't matter. Just wasted the command point. Gonna try to finish you off with that single shot weapon. With stealth and back to 3s to hit. Hey, is it lethal? Yep, it is. And it's AP 5, 6 damage. Man, I should have led with that. But I guess you would have just popped the strap for the Death Leaper anyways.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Lictor. Kablam! Just absolutely, you know what, he's not even obliterated. He just disintegrates into nothing. That is the end of my turn because I have no charge targets because that Moloch just took a big blast to the center.
Just went bye-bye.
Yeah, his whole thorax just atomized.
Yeah.
And he slouched down. That's why we didn't do Deadly Demise, because like there's nothing left.
There was nothing left to Deadly
Yeah,
Demise.
there's a couple arms holding to the side that just kind of fall to the ground in a cartoonish manner. So that is the end of round 2. I haven't gotten any victory points yet. As much as it looks bad for the Tyranids, if he just manages to kill 1 more unit, it'll be hard for me to win. If he manages to kill 3 more units, it's actually impossible for me to win. But that is easier said than done.
Yeah, you're pretty resilient.
Yes. Command phase, you got 1 battle shock test to make on your Death Leaper.
Yes,
He's
I do.
not in Synapse.
No, he
What is he, a
isn't.
7+ probably? You know what, just roll it first. If you roll high, we won't have to look it up.
He
You definitely failed.
Definitely
He is
failed.
battle shocked.
Oh, and he's
That
probably
won't
gonna die
matter
this
too.
turn?
Yeah, it won't really matter for you too much. You just can't use stratagems on him, which means
is-
you can't make him not shootable.
Yeah, that's true.
Leapers back here hear the shriek, the death shrieks of the lictors and neurolictors, and immediately turn around and advance in this direction. Other ones are running through these ruins, advancing. They can advance and charge, remember. If you can kill the Scorpec Destroyer unit, not only does it get you more victory points, but it stops one of my most advanced units from getting to the objective. They're not easy to kill, as you saw. Other Leapers are going to start to cross the field in this direction, hoping to, with anything else, just to kill enough and then slow me down. Because you can be tabled, and as long as I'm too far away from the objectives, you could still win. Not looking great, though. Death Leaper is going to move, but he doesn't want to trigger Overwatch. So he's just going to move this way. More than 12 inches away from all these guys are going, oh. Charge phase, we got the Leapers declaring a charge into the Scorpec Destroyers. Probably need like a 4 or 5. And you roll a 7. Nice and easy. In they go. And then the Death Leaper obviously is going to make that charge. Whew! I'm not looking forward to this one. I do have 2 command points, so I can interrupt.
I have 2 as well.
But it doesn't change the fact that I can interrupt.
I know, but I have 2 for something.
Ding-la-dee-da!
I could re-roll something, maybe.
Yes, of course. Who's fighting first then?
Your
Your choice is the Death Leaper. That way, if I interrupt, he won't be dead. Nice and easy. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh, they all hit. 3s to wound. Not bad. 4 of them. 5 up saves. Oh, he kills 2 of them by himself. You know what, though? We're going to kill this one. And this one. And then I'm going to interrupt with that lone op right there to try to finish you off. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s. No lethal. Rerolling 1s. Give me another one. Thank you. 3s to wound. No rerolls. No devastating. Just rolls. We got 2 of them. That's enough. AP doesn't matter here. You got 2 4-up invulnerable saves. You cannot reroll even if you had the command points to do so, because he is battle shocked.
Right?
25% chance of him succeeding this. Let's do it. Go. Oh no, he's dead.
He just doubled it.
I like how you just commit.
Yep.
You're like, no, I'm not gonna almost make it. I'm just not gonna make
Not
it.
gonna do it.
I could do this if I got 2 of them. I won't even get 1 of them.
Yep.
All right, Death Leaper's dead. You know what though? Killing those 2 Scorpec Destroyers, that's a pretty big deal.
Helping with the Lord.
Now these guys can pile in and try to fight.
Exactly.
4 of them are able to pile in far enough to fight. If you finish them off, that'll get you 50 more victory points, and I won't be able to reanimate. Big deal. Here's the first 3 out of 5 of them hitting on 3s. 5s to wound. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. And here's 2 more of them. Hold on, I thought there's 2 more.
Oh.
Aren't they 6 attacks?
No, he did. I did.
Oh,
3.
right, there's only 4 in range.
Yep.
Oh, you got 5 out of 6 hits. Can you get some wounds in there? 5s to wound. I got 1 more. I've got no command points here. 4-up saves. I've got to make more than half of them to stay alive. 4-up saves. Here we go. Oh, I just had to hold on to that 1 for dramatic effect. You got him. That brings you to 45 victory points and 1 less unit for me to grab objectives with. Command phase, did you want to do Shadow in the Warp?
I will do Shadow in the Warp for this turn.
All right, so just regular leadership because you don't have any synapse near me. Nope. 6+. They're fine. Got a 7+ on this one. Fine, but then we'll do the normal battle shock. Not fine, so battle shocked. Destroyer back there. 7+. Battle shock, so these are 2 battle shocked. And not battle shocked. Black ones over there. Not battle shocked, and the heavy destroyer way over there. Battle shocked. We'll reanimate D3. Just 1. Brings back 1 with 1 wound. Them being battle shocked is a big deal. They were going to pop over and destroy this objective while these guys moved forward and pushed. But I'm going to have these guys work on this objective this turn. Although I guess it's only turn 3. I could push a little further forward. And so I'm going to have them come camp this objective for next turn. So we're pushing up here. Heavy destroyers are holding their ground. And then destroyers on this end. Now you have a strat that you could move
Yes.
2 units if I get within 9 inches of them, I believe.
Yes. Use it for that
So you
one.
could use it on this squad.
Yep.
If they're worried about being shot. So they get to do what? A normal move?
They get to move 6 inches.
6 inches.
6 inches this way.
I'm just going to use that to
Get me a little bit closer, but also kind of just...
skirt
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting phase, I'm going to do an action with these destroyers. I want to shoot you, but I also want to play the objectives and also play the narrative. That these guys would have this overwhelming drive to do this by the entity that is pushing them. And even putting their own safe being away from it. So I will do that. I will destroy it because it goes to the end of the turn. That heavy destroyer will then fire at them. Hitting on a 3 because of your stealth and my heavy. I miss.
Ooh.
You're too stealthy. 1 heavy destroyer here. I was tired of the crap you're kicking out with your biovore. And we'll just be hitting on 2s because you are not stealth or anything. He's like, I don't even know why I'm here. And oh, we hit.
Ooh.
We're looking at 2s to wound. He's not toughness higher than 7, right?
No, 6.
So yeah, strength 14, 2s to wound, 6 damage. This will be AP 5 because he's the closest eligible. And we got him. How many wounds does he have?
5.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets pasted. Blam. And then the Necron Lord's destroyers will fire at these leapers. Because your stealth will be hitting on 4s. 5s and 6s are lethal, and I get to reroll 1s. Rerolling the 1s. Hey, got another lethal. 4s to wound. 6s do an extra AP thanks to an enhancement. And you have a 6-up invuln, so it makes all of them 6-up invulns. Thanks to all those rules. 2 damage apiece, so that kills 2 and... Oh no, one of them was already injured. So it kills 1, 2, 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Woo! That one flayed one. He claims that kill as his own. It's like, I wore him down for you. I loosened it.
I will do
End of the shooting phase, and end of the fight phase.
So end of fight phase, I'm going to spend a CP to put that unit over there in reserves.
Okay, so they're going to pop back down like the Moloch did?
Yep.
And it's just 1 unit?
It can go, I can do 2.
But you don't see a reason for the
I
other
don't
one?
see a reason for the other one, so I'm just going to do this 1 unit.
Okay, what's your master plan? We'll find out soon. And then these ones, destroy the first objective, get me 20 victory points. So the score is now 60 to 20. Because you've killed enough units that I now have to really work on this. Straight to movement phase. Advancing these leapers. Go ahead and roll it. Oh wow, they advanced 2d6?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's fine. They're going to get there no matter what. They're a 10-inch move.
Yep, 14. So.
They're going to pop forward right through there. I'm going to declare Overwatch on them.
Oh no.
9 shots coming at you. 6s to hit, which will also be lethal. Rerolling 1s. Because you're the closest eligible. Oh, we got 1. Give me a second. Give me a second, because it'll just... Unless you roll your 6-up invulns. Nope. All right. 6-up invuln. So you take 2 damage. And then popping up from the ground or lurking from the shadows, we have the leapers that you put in strategic reserves. Coming in range, 9-inch range, or a little more than 9 inches from these Scorpec destroyers. That's all you got left of those 2 units. So charge phase, 9-inch charge to the Scorpec destroyers. Can you do it? It's a 7. How many command points do you have?
2. So we're re-rolling.
So re-roll that 9-inch charge. Here we go again. He even changes his dice. Everybody is superstitious when it comes to dice. Yeah, if you had made that charge, it could have been game-changing. Because if you manage to kill them, not only do I have to get all the objectives, but it's 1 less unit to do it this turn. Mm-hmm. But tying these guys up, if they can live long enough, that can really help you. You get to fight first. I've got 2 command points. I'm going to spend 1 of them to give you -1 to hit. You'll be hitting on 4s now instead of 3s.
This is where it's going to hurt.
5s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 4-up saves. You kill exactly 1. That matters because every hit here is going to matter back. We're going to start with the 2 destroyers. Try to finish off that 1 so that my 2 damage weapon from the Lord can kill maybe another one. Hitting on 3s. 5s to wound. We got 1, no AP. You got 1 4-up save. Do it. Do it. No.
It's always just almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
All right, that kills 1 leaper, and then the Lord will swing his Lord's Blade. 4 attacks from the Lord, hitting on 2s. 1 misses. And then strength 8, so we're looking at 3s to wound, devastating. So we got 1 devastating, 1 at AP 3, so it's 6 up invuln. If you make this, you won't die. You die. So it kills 1 of them, between the 2 of them. It's 2 mortal wounds and 2 damage. Failing that charge right there is a big deal, because now I can spend a turn dealing with them and destroying the objective at the same time. So not looking good for the Tyranids. That was kind of their last hurrah, but let's see what happens with my dice in my turn. Straight to reanimation. I have no battle shocks to make. Reanimate 2, so it brings this guy to full. Movement phase, we're just going to be advancing up on this side. And that's the after for their advance, so we'll take care of that objective next turn. Scorpec destroyers are going to destroy this objective while everybody else moves. And repositioned over here. Shooting phase is pretty straightforward. These destroyers will fire at your leapers. I'll use the frailty spores or whatever they're called to get +1 to hit, negating your stealth. So we're going to be hitting on 3s again. 6s are lethal, reroll 1s. Okay, no 1s, but that's pretty good. We've got 4s to wound. Oh my. 6 up invulnerable saves. I kill 1, 2, 3 of them. 3 of them are dead. Go straight to the fight phase. So we'll have your leaper fight first. This has got fight first.
The entire
You're going to do a surprise assault stratagem. Gives you +1 to hit. I have to do a battle shock. If I fail, you're +1 to wound. 6 up. I do not fail. So now you're hitting on 2s. But 5s to wound. Ooh, 4 wounds. 4 up saves. Oh, you don't kill the 1.
Well, yeah.
It was close. And then I will swing at you. I'm going to start with the Lord. Just try to really destroy you. I'll use my last command point to get +1 to hit because you're below starting strength, and +1 to wound because you're below half strength, and the Lord, because you're below half strength, gets to reroll hits and wounds. It's like an eternal hatred. Like, you leapers are just annoying. So hitting on 2s, rerolling. They all hit. Strength 8, but +1 to wound, so 2s to wound, rerolling. All right, can you make 4 6-up saves? Actually, you just have to make 3 of them to stay alive. He's dead.
Yep.
Yeah. Goodbye, leaper. Goodbye. I will destroy this objective, giving me another 15 or 20 points, so giving me the 40. I have to destroy all 4 to win. I think we can call it at this point, though.
Probably, yeah.
Because your leapers is all you have left. In my next turn, I can destroy both of those. And even if these guys manage to kill everything that they charge, I'm sure I can still manage. Unless you've managed to charge these guys and not die. Think you can do that?
Good try.
Okay, let's do it then. Give you a battle shock. They failed. Okay, so they don't get to use any stratagems.
But just
roll on advance. 13 inches.
Okay.
There we go. And I'm going to Overwatch with this guy.
Sounds about right.
Actually, I'm going to Overwatch with them. They'll be better targets. 6s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Nothing. You need a 9-inch charge. You can't re-roll because you're battle shocked. Go. All right.
And in the MiniWarGaming Vault, we see what happens when the salamanders too eagerly eradicate all Eldar life upon the surface of this planet. I can't wait. Khorne comes, that's what happens. It's gonna be 2,000 points of the Khorne detachment against the salamanders. And this will be in the Vault, available to our paid YouTube members as well as our Vault members. And if you want to check it out, click on the link down below and you can sign up for a 7-day free trial where you'll have access to it, as well as the rest of the content we have in the Vault to go along with it. And you can decide to stick around after those 7 days. Hopefully we have some content that would entice you to stick around. Thanks again for checking out this video, everyone. Please don't forget to leave some feedback down below. Let us know what parts you liked. Let us know what parts you didn't like. Anything helps. All kind of comments are welcome. Somewhat. Enjoy the game.
Good game.
Good game. That was tight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the destroyers turned out to be a lot better than I thought they would be. I'm not experienced with Necrons, so that's my excuse. I think if I were to redo it against a Vanguard list of that magnitude at this points level, I think I'd swap out some destroyers for more flayed ones. Still want to stick to the theme.
Right.
But I think the flayed ones are way more appropriate for this level, I think is what I would say. But still, it came down to my last turn.
Right. I slowed you down for a long
Yeah,
time.
if you just didn't die.
That's their
quite as
problem.
fast.
Yeah, that is their problem. I also probably shouldn't have advanced my Neurolictors up as far as I did. But
I think, yeah, you did present them as good targets too soon.
That was a mistake. But
Yeah, you just kind of hold back because you know that if I only destroy 2 of the objectives, you're pretty much guaranteed a victory.
That's true. Yeah.
And so you had to lurk in the shadows and then pounce on the only targets that matter.
But I just like to charge and fight. That's just
I know.
how I am.
Well, unfortunately, those leapers that charged first turn into my backlines didn't end up really swaying the game. So yeah, if you had held them in reserve a little further, maybe. And because you're so many lone ops, I can't fire more than 12, and you have the strat to stop me from firing more than 18.
And this charge, him being 1 less than I needed after a reroll, was unfortunate to stop this.
Yeah,
right
if you
here.
had made that charge, those Scorpex would not have been able to kill that objective, and I would have to spend another turn fighting them. So there's a bunch of little things, and then your dice were kind of betrayed you.
They did.
I think that all added up to what that is.
But it also added up to a really fun game.
Yeah, for sure. So the Necrons were able to complete their objective that were given them to by the entity. I won't delve into more into what that is, and have weakened some of the bonds on this entity's prison, which should play more into the lore of what's going to happen as we go forward towards this worldwide narrative campaign. So if you're interested in the worldwide narrative campaign, I might have a link below to a sign-up sheet. If I don't, then make sure you subscribe here, and also head over to my other channel at MWG_Matthew and keep up there because I will talk about it more on that channel as well. And then make sure you go check out Battleground Game Center.
Yep, at Battlegrounds Game Center.
At Battleground Game Center. Battlegrounds
Game Center.
with an S.
With an S.
We'll put a link below.
Awesome.
Totally won't forget. Happy wargaming!